by a vote of 3-2. Kristen, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Okay.
Well, at least we don't need votes or this week.
Yeah, true. I don't get
The Pandora's box twist was kind of my way to try and force myself into a position of power and kind of make the play I've been trying to make for fucking weeks and get Jalen out. My plan was, if I were to win HOH, to nominate Jalen and Lance just to make sure that one of them goes and try and weaken Jalen in any way possible, either by taking him out of the game or taking out his right-hand man.
Honestly, I'm not mad at the way that it went. I advocated for a unanimous vote just so I don't look guilty or have any blood on my hands. Knowing Jalen as a player, I knew he was going to vote in minority.
So, we're the two.
Jalen and HOH?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jalen and who?
Me.
Yeah. I felt like you were going to vote the minority because you were making eye contact, so.
I thought you were doing it the same.
Yeah.
So.
I guess so.
Tim was the one who voted against the majority, along with Jalen. They both looked at each other and both decided that they were going to do it so that the other wouldn't be the only one to do it. Originally, Jamie tried to get me to be the hinky vote.
But what's the minority?
In order to play in the HOH. And I thought being in the spotlight 2 times in a row was a little bit too much, so I talked to Tim and he agreed to do it.
Since day one, I've been making bold moves, answering the phone call, finding the immunity idol in the pot at tribal in front of both tribes, not giving 2 craps even though I didn't even need it. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna cast as minority vote and I'm gonna win that next HOH, because if I don't, me and Lance are up. And if it backfires, it backfires, but I'm not about to get kicked out of this game by not following my gut like I have been this entire season.
Hello, house guests. Let's get one thing straight. Millennials did not invent the selfie. Since the dawn of time, mankind has desired to immortalize its visage in art. From cave paintings to self-portraits to the modern selfie, narcissism and vanity are coded into our DNA. Do you always edit to look your best? Or are you #NoFilter? Knowing when to manipulate your image is key to succeeding in this game. House guests, the power is up for grabs. This competition is called Selfie Sabotage, and here's how it works. Each round, you'll see a picture of a house guest and hear audio from their audition. But the video and audio have been digitally remastered. As you watch, the image will become clearer. Your task is to buzz in and name the subject in the selfie. You will stand around the buzzer. The first person to buzz in and answer correctly will earn 1 point. If you answer incorrectly, you are out that round. The player that earns the most points will be the winner and crowned the next head of household. Any questions? Good. Let's get ready to play Selfie Sabotage. No one can resist this.
Round 1. House guys ready?
Yep.
I have a lot of skills that help me to win the game.
Kyle. I have a lot of skills that help me win the game.
Correct. Jalen, you've getting 1 point.
And I look forward to meeting everyone and having this brand new exciting
Incorrect.
experience.
And I look forward to meeting everyone and having this brand new exciting experience.
Correct. Tim, you get 1 point.
It's gonna be a giant party, and I don't want to miss that.
What did you say?
I was like,
I have no idea.
I was like,
It's gonna be a giant party. I know I was wrestling at my picture.
Round 4.
I have a very outgoing personality and love to meet new people.
Heather.
Correct.
I just have a
She's like most things I do. Pretty fucking awesome.
Tori?
Correct.
Just like most things I do. Pretty fucking awesome.
Yes, Tori.
Okay. So my availability is whenever you call me, I'll be there.
Okay. So my availability
Correct.
is whenever you call me, I'll be there. Yes.
So that's 1 point for Jalen.
Lance.
And I'm ready to shake some shit out.
What's my drink?
I was like, ew. You can't like do a video without showering.
Kristen?
And I was like, ew. You can't like do a video without showering.
Jalen?
Incorrect.
Layla?
Incorrect.
Tay.
Correct. Incorrect.
Layla.
I didn't look at the questions beforehand, so I'm just gonna wing it.
Jamie?
Incorrect.
I really, really want to play a live Big Brother game, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Thank you. Right now is the best time to do something like a live reality game.
Jamie.
Incorrect.
Miranda?
Correct.
Right now is the best time to do something like a live reality game.
Round 13.
Jamie?
Correct.
Alex?
Congratulations, Jalen.
And immediately when that video plays, I go like, Alex. And I went HOH, and it was the most gratifying feeling that another bold move that I made ended up playing out. And you know what, Tim? You probably should have convinced Jessica to backdoor me while you had the chance, because I'm gonna win this game. I'm building a resume, and I'm gonna get these jury votes. I'm playing a good game. Like, you're pretty smart for wanting to get me out. I don't fault you for it, but like I said before, you messed with the wrong one.
Let's see, I can't do fucking puzzles, I can't do memory, can't do physical. Apparently I can't identify memory wall fucking photos. I'm really mad that I buzzed in on Tay's photo too early. I buzzed in before the picture had time to form and got it wrong. Got the gender wrong, which is kind of embarrassing, but oops.
I'm happy that Jalen is the HOH in the respect that I know that no matter what happens, who goes up, who wins veto, who saves who with veto, I'm not going up. So that's a beautiful thing. However, I perhaps would have preferred him to win, to do a Jalen, Lance Nomset, protect Jalen with a veto, get him off, get Jessica up there, get Jessica out. I really like her as a person, and when you see this, Jessica, I just feel like your connection with Lance is going to do me in.
So I think it's pretty safe to say that I can go up. I'm going up.
Yeah, and can I tell you why?
Yes.
I was told that you were trying to backdoor me when Jessica was HOH and you wanted me out with that last round.
Yep.
I was going to be 100% loyal to you, Tim.
That's fair. That's completely fair.
I never did anything against you at all in this game.
He found out that I was trying to target him through probably Jessica, as she openly admitted to me. He says he doesn't know if he can trust me, but he's open to hearing to what deals I can make, so that's really all I can ask.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I know about Tim and you wanted me out since like week 4. And that when I found that out, that really hurt my feelings.
When I went to go talk to Jalen in his HOH room, he told me how hurt he was that me and Tim wanted him out. Unfortunately, it seems like he's been the one doing a lot of things that the group hasn't decided about.
I know.
Do you think it's just Tim and I?
Who else?
I mean,
now it's time to name names.
So, Tim and I have been worried that Jamie is playing both of us because he seems to talk to both of us a lot, and he was 100% in that plan, the handcuff week.
So, it would be all 4 of us going through.
Yeah, he was there like the entire time.
Doing it?
I've had a suspicion for a while that Jamie is kind of playing a lot of sides, and unfortunately I haven't had the opportunity really to get him out. I thought maybe getting Jalen out first would be the correct answer, and I'm not sure that was right, but you know, things still can turn around.
I have to put them both up.
Okay, both.
Kyle and Tim, because I don't want to have this round happen again.
Okay, so if it is those two, I would probably vote to say Tim.
Okay, cool.
Personally,
Cool. If you win HOH in like the next few weeks, am I good with you?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. It just depends on when. Hopefully, I don't know if I'm ever going to win HOH either.
The ultimate plan for the week is Tim to go, because Tim and Jessica are like this, and I want Jessica gone. I was talking to her about what we think, and she's like, yeah, I want me, you, Lance, Jamie, and Tim in Final 5, and this is Final 7, and I said, all right, awesome, I know you can't promise too much into the future, but at least next round, can you promise me that you're not going to nominate me or put me up as a pawn or a renum? And she's like, well, yeah, I mean, God, I hope we don't win the next HOH. I'm like, what? Are you insane? Next round, if you win HOH, can I not be a nom or a renum? Even if it's a pawn. Even as a pawn. Because I know people are going to probably pressure you. That's all I'm going to ask for like keeping you safe. Okay. Is that okay? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know you're one at your word.
Because it's like, okay, this is like, I don't know. Well, let's just hope I don't win next.
Okay. I know that's a lot to ask of you. If you're going to say we're good to Final 5 at least, and I asked you to keep you to the Final 6, and you're like, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do. Like, that's non-commitment, and I can't deal with that in my game. Like, that's just like, I'm like, what? And, you know, at least lie. At least tell me, yeah, like, of course, we're good. 100%, I'm cupid. Like, I'm HOH. I'm baffled. Like, I am dumbfounded. If the veto gets used, I might replace her and try and pull in Heather as a number, because she's gonna be a number that's gonna vote to save Tim, and I can't let that happen. It needs to be Tim, and then Jessica, and then Kyle. Me, Jamie, Lance, Heather, final 4, and then you boys gonna pull out some comp wins, make this the end of this game, and it's gonna be as simple as that. You know, it's really easy. Big Brother Columbus season 6, you know. All right. This is the nomination ceremony. One of my duties as head of household is to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. I'll begin by pulling the first key. That person is safe. The next person will pull the next key, and so on until all the keys have been pulled. The 2 house guests without their keys have been nominated for eviction. The first person who is safe is Heather. You're safe.
Oh my god. Thank you. I'm the first key out. That's not happened. Okay, thank you. Next house guest is Plant.
The next house guest safe. Jessica.
Woo!
Last house guest safe. Listen to it.
I am so shocked. Oh my god.
The house is shook. The house is shook.
My God.
There was some serious shade just thrown, I'm just saying.
Tim and Kyle, I have nominated you for eviction. I respect both of you as great game players and great people, but I know that both of you have been targeting me for the past few rounds, and we're getting down to final 7. Congratulations to everybody in final 7. It would be dumb for me to keep y'all in if you're trying to get me out. So, with the 2 nominees joining me up front, who players for the veto competition.
Oh, we still have to move. I saw this coming a fucking mile away, let's get real here. As much as Jalen thinks that he doesn't have an agenda, I think me being the one to kind of push him into thinking he needed to to participate in the HOH this week, which was a weird kind of circular thing. Because we both didn't trust each other enough that we thought that the other was gonna try and take it for themselves. And it worked for him, so.
Oh, okay.
Jessica.
Oh, yay! Check out.
House guest choice! I like Jamie.
I think that the target is Tim. The reason for that is because since Tim was the one who voted against the majority, I think it's kind of hypocritical that Jalen wants Tim out because of the same thing he did. It's not going to change my strategy. I'm going to play for the veto as hard as I can.
I will pick Tim.
Ooh!
Another house guest choice.
You're essentially picking the host.
Come on up.
Well, let's set this channel straight. We're all gonna play veto today, baby.
Hello, Tim.
Hi.
According to KnowYourMeme.com, the ratio is an unofficial Twitter law that states if the amount of replies to a tweet greatly outweighs the amount of retweets and likes, a tweet is bad. So, here is your chance to win the Golden Power Veto to the Twitter ratio. You will be given 5 likes and 5 retweets to privately distribute to at least 2 different house guest tweets, including your own. The house guest with the most likes and retweets at the end of the competition will win the Golden Power Veto. But beware, human user. If anyone hits 20 or goes over between their likes and retweets, the account will be considered a bot account and be purged from Twitter entirely. So, don't hit 20 or even go over. Any questions?
Nope.
It is time to play the Golden Ratio.
My thought process right now is I'm pretty sure everyone piled stuff onto me and Kyle. So I'm thinking I don't want to give myself any more to risk myself pushing myself over 20. I gave 2 to Kyle and I gave 5 to Jalen. Usually in these types of comps, people pile a lot of stock into the nominees because they want them to bust and because so they can't change anything, get anyone else nominated. Good luck.
This is it?
This is it.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks.
here to be your motivators. Hashtag emotional roller coaster. Like in the words of the goddess queen, Beyonce Giselle, Rose Carter herself. I'm gonna keep winning because a winner don't quit on himself. Hashtag fly your king. Hashtag slay your king.
Thank you. So much. I will hand you back your personal tweets. You can verify my counting if you would like.
Oh, we get to see the results.
Yeah. Heather, you had 3.
Cool. Okay, thanks guys.
Jessica, you had 4.
Thanks guys.
Tim, you had 7.
Oh, I didn't buzz. I'm surprised.
Kyle, you had 8.
Woo! So legit.
Well, someone had a lot.
Lance, you have 11.
Ooh.
Thank you. Jalen, you have 16.
Wow.
Oh,
Jamie, you are a bot. You have 21. I'm sorry.
Wow.
But that means Jalen,
Yeah.
you win the Golden Power veto. I ended up with 16 points and I won the veto. Like, I freaking won the veto. I was shocked. I didn't think I was winning this one, but I guess what I was feeling in the moment was 100% right. I just trusted my gut. Jamie busted by 1 point, and so really every single one mattered. This is the veto meeting. I have won the power veto. At this moment, I'm going to give each of you the opportunity to tell me why I should use the veto on you, so I'll start with you, Kyle.
Well, congrats on winning the veto. I mean, we haven't really gotten a chance to talk since the nominations, so I don't expect anything to have changed. But if it does, use it on me.
Tim?
I wouldn't.
Wow, such moving speeches. No, okay. Like I said before, this is a game move. A lot of people don't be friends outside of this game, but for my game, it's best for me not to use this power veto. This nomination, this veto ceremony is adjourned.
Okay, so I kind of want honesty. Where's everyone's head at? Like, if it's me, just tell me.
Well,
I don't want to be blindsided.
Well, I know me personally, just being that you were like more abrasive about the fact of putting me up. My mind is still open because like I told you, I respected you so much more for you telling me before. I had to hear from others. On the other hand, with Kyle, it was like, you know, he was still walking on eggshells, but I am leaning more towards evicting you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
I appreciate that.
100%.
I'm not quite sure where the votes will land because part of my thing this week was being open and honest with people, where apparently Kyle hadn't had time to kind of try that approach yet. So I think some people kind of appreciated the honesty from me, considering how fucked I was. I told Lance that I was gonna nominate him and Jalen if I had won the HOH, and I told him why. Like, I explained my reasoning. I told him I didn't want it to come from Jalen. I told him I wanted it to come from me, and he appreciated that. I don't think I had very many jury votes going forward. So, whereas I think Kyle was very active in talking to people. So, I think that in that respect, it would be smart to bring you forward over him. But again, it's your call, and I'll leave you to discuss.
Thanks. I kind of talked with everyone and I said if it's those two at the end, I would prefer to save Tim. Of the two, I felt closest with Tim. But I like Kyle too, but if I had to save one, I'd save Tim. And they can't save each other in that sense, so.
Kyle stepped up and won for his boy and saved him.
I agree.
I almost just feel obligated to give Kyle that second chance because Tim already hit one. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's...
Yeah, like, cause a part of me in my heart feels they're on the same level, but knowing both of them, I'm more pro Kyle.
It's Final 7 and I've been openly candid about working with everybody. I just want to say to Tim and Kyle, whenever you get to see this, I actually think the world of you and didn't know if I would because I didn't even know you. But I mean, Kyle especially, I feel like I bonded a lot with you and I think you're a really good person. So I'm trying to do what I can to keep you as long as I can. And it's gonna eat me up if I gotta let you go.
Tim, can we hug it out for a second?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
You can relax, like I want you to relax. Me and you have, shit, I've been there 4 times. Anyways, pitch me your best pitch right now.
My best pitch is that I think I'm better to take forward than Kyle is, just because I don't think we want the jury like that much. I've been told by at least Tay and Becca that they haven't connected with me in the game since. Heather, we've been cool the past few weeks. I've kind of comforted her every time she went on the block in the past 4 weeks. And I think she's appreciated it. I'm not sure how much of a relationship she has with Kyle, so I might have her vote. But this is the first time she's voted in 4 weeks, so she might just kind of want to try and keep the house happy and not kind of play split the vote or anything, so.
You literally are the one person in this entire game, besides me, just kidding, that has given their entire heart for the love of the game. And that is what has made me want and chosen you for so long. And I want you to be aware of that. Like legit, I want you to be aware of that. Like,
I feel like even though Kyle has technically won a comp, he might be seen as more harmless than me because now I did the Pandora box thing. I'm kind of seen as a schemer, even if I'm an ineffective one. But I have the potential. I think some people can see that as a threat.
okay.
No hard feelings either way.
I was gonna say, because you know, like,
You're good. Like, you're
I've
good
been
with me.
pro Tim for
Yes.
a long time.
You're
Okay,
great.
one more hug.
It's week 8 in the house, and things are happening. It's week 8 in the house, and we are down to the top 7 game players. Jalen capitalized on the Pandora's box twist to secure HOH, and then Power of Veto win. Mad with power, he chose to keep Tim and Kyle on the block. And now, we march toward the final 6, and I couldn't think of anything else creative to say because it's the end of the night. So, Big Brother! I'm not undressed. House guests, how's it going?
Good.
The only Ohioan in here.
What? What was that?
I said I'm the only Ohioan.
in the room.
I mean,
What?
does Julie not exist? Heather?
Julie does not as gameplay, so
Fair enough. Lance, you weren't able to join us for all of last week's live vote and eviction, so welcome to a full ceremony. How did that Pandora's box treat you?
It was definitely stressful, and it was just mind-boggling to just be sitting there waiting while y'all just have a good old fancy time. But it's all good. I mean, I'm not on the block. I just was happy that the Pandora's box thing didn't backfire on me.
All right, we do have the unfortunate business of voting to evict either Tim or Kyle this evening. Before we do that, you gentlemen have a chance to give one final plea to your fellow house guests. We'll start with Kyle.
Well, it's been an insane week, and I've loved every second of it, and I really appreciate playing with all of you guys. And if you guys want to keep me, keep me. If you guys want to keep him, you can keep him. So I'll definitely see you guys Sunday night, no matter what.
Thank you. Tim.
Okay, first off, I'm just gonna say nothing but love. I understand anything you guys gotta do today. The only argument I can make really effectively to do my case is that I think the jury hates me. I've had at least two people, or like the first two jurors, tell me that we didn't connect game-wise. I don't think I have votes going into later on final two, and that's really the only argument I can make against Kyle, because I feel like he's super social, like talking to everyone throughout the game. Other than that, like I said, love you guys. Do what's best for you. I understand.
Thank you, Tim. All right. I guess that means we're ready to cast our votes to evict. Heather, it's been a minute for you.
hi.
You want to get us started with the voting?
Oh, okay.
I go for it, girl. This is your moment.
Oh, sorry. I'll lean back.
And then Jessica, if you care to go.
Before you get
She cracked the code.
It was fucking awesome. This alliance was fucking
It was awesome.
Like every single house you experience, there's one.
I used to be on the vlog, so I don't vote a lot. Are we live?
Heather,
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Please cast your vote to Tim and Kyle.
I'm very sad that I have to be the first vote on this, because not that I know anybody else is actually. I'll just get to the point. Tim, I've legit had many conversations with you that we've both? Just forgot the age. We've both played our heart out in this game, and I'm sorry to evict you.
Thank you, Heather. Hello, Jessica.
Hello, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict between Tim and Kyle.
I sadly vote to evict Tim. Side note, Tori's a fucking icon. Or not Tori. Love you, Tori. Heather is a fucking icon. That's all I have.
Thank you. Hi, Lance.
Hello, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict between Tim and Kyle.
All right, Julie. It's definitely hard. This alliance rode deep together, but it's just moves just have to be made. I sadly vote to evict Tim. Love you both.
Thank you, Lance.
All right.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict between Tim and Kyle.
Firstly, Boys in Black, Triple Threat, my dudes, my 6 out of Saters. We ran this game. The quest to still be unarmed is in full force. Tim, when you see this, it's nothing against you as a person. I just bonded a little bit stronger with Kyle. I vote to evict Tim.
Thank you.
eviction vote tally has been finalized. Just one reminder to our two nominees that once the votes are read, the vote is final. You'll have 1 minute to say your goodbyes, get your belongings, and walk out the front door. By a unanimous vote. Tim, you've been evicted from Big Brother house.
That's the first unanimous vote. Wow.
Good luck.
Good luck. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's fine. I want to take that, so let's got a picture, frame it.
The one person, the one unanimous vote of the season now.
History. Bye, Tim. I love you.
Bye, Tim!
Tim, congratulations.
Thank you.
You made it to jury.
I made it so much farther than I ever thought I could.
You made it past the first week.
I made it halfway.
You made it halfway. You are the last house guest of the night. So that means you are avoiding.
I made it through 2 full days, basically.
2 full days. You did.
That's damn impressive.
That is damn impressive. So what happened? Why are you sitting here on your way to jury?
Well, I guess that would be long-term issues versus short-term. The short-term, I took a risk with the Pandora's box twist and lost out on the HOH still. So showing my hand there kind of got me into a bit of trouble. Showed me as a schemer, although being a schemer is useless when you can't win comps overall. I've been trying to like make moves since like week 4, but I just could not get the wins behind me to do it. It was awful. Like, I don't think I've ever felt so incompetent in my life than dealing with these competitions.
Well, I think you put on a hell of a show.
Thank you.
And as for big power plays in the game, I don't know that there were too many of them until you did what you did last week.
I tried. Like, I was trying to get people to like betray people, but they just wouldn't. Like, I never had the power to actually do anything, but every time I tried to suggest a backdoor or something, they would be like, no, we gotta stick with our 6-person alliance, like, we said top 6, and then apparently they would go and run and tell the person I was trying to backdoor, which, you know, got me here.
Never works out, does it?
No, I tried.
Well, of that, the in-state versus out-of-state alliance, you are the first of the out-of-state alliance to wind up here. Congratulations. Who would you say is your biggest competition?
I think my biggest competition was Jalen. He always kind of seemed like the chaos starter to me. I had him pegged as the person who voted for me during the Survivor week, and I just thought he was trying to get like a rise out of me. He swears to God it wasn't. Who knows what the truth is? The tapes do, but I sure as hell don't. And after that point, it just kind of became a one-sided rivalry on my part, where I was trying to get him out, and then he ended up taking me out because he can actually win competitions. I think he's definitely the strongest in the house right now.
Perfect. Who, if you had to vote for somebody to win everything, who would you vote for at this point?
This is gonna sound really bitter, but I think I would vote for Kyle right now.
You would vote for Kyle to win it?
Yes, I think I would.
Okay.
I never felt as close to Kyle as I probably should have. He showed me nothing but loyalty throughout the game. He was the only one that would kind of pull me aside and be like, okay, these people are like, this is what they're saying about you, like these are the plans that I know of involving you. And I felt so bad that like I was never able to do anything because his name never came up to me. And he was doing a lot of work to try and like kind of keep our alliance together. He said he wanted to go to the final 2 with me very early on, probably I don't remember the exact week, but maybe like 4 or 5-ish. And I didn't really take it seriously until later when he actually like, kind of showed it, and that means a lot to me. He's a good guy. He was really fun to play around, and I would vote for him in an instant if he manages to make it to Final 2 right now, because that would be a goddamn miracle.
We're pulling up to the jury house now. Do you have any final thoughts or comments, concerns?
Your BBCOL6 #flop signing out, bitches.